So at the park we've now got 16 orangutans. In this group behind me, which is Juan's group, there are 5 of them. Whilst they're all out, I will point them out to you. So the one nearest us, the biggest one, that is Tuan. It's fairly obvious who he is by his cheek pads and things. Only the males will get them. And you only tend to keep one male in the group because they're solitary animals anyway. So having 2 males together would just encourage them to fight. So Tuan is the boss man in there, and he is in charge of all the ladies. The one, I don't know whether you can see her behind there, she's just walking up the hill. If you were here not long ago, she was roly-polying down the hill. That is Arme. Arme she can be quite a grumpy orangutan out of the orangutans. She likes things done at her time, and when she wants it, it has to be done then and there. She is also very playful, but only when the sun's out. If it's raining and things, she sits there quite sad. She'll normally spend a lot of time inside, or she'll sit, as you came up the hill, she's often sat down there watching the squirrel monkeys. So the one just walking towards us now, to the right, I don't know if you can see her, that is Mimi. So Mimi is the youngest individual in there. So about 18 months ago, Mimi actually moved from the nursery over to Tuan's group, because when she was in the nursery she was being a bit too boisterous and things. She was throwing proper toddler tantrums, throwing herself on the floor and getting angry when she was getting her own way. And to keep everyone happy, she got moved across. It has helped her loads to develop and things and mature. Because being with an adult male, you have to kind of listen to him, and you're not the boss anymore. He is the boss, and you have to listen, otherwise he tells you off. The furthest one, that way, so she just walked off, got her back to us. Yeah. That is Lucky. So Lucky is Tuan's favourite female. So at night time, when they all come in for their dinner, they go into their own bedrooms, just to give them that break from each other. But Lucky and Tuan actually spend the whole night together. They come in, they go into their own bedrooms, have their dinner, and then we open up the slide between them, and then they have their night together. They do really like each other. Normally they wouldn't spend a lot of time together in the wild. They would literally just come together to mate. The male would then go off and be just in his territory. But for those two, they love each other's company. And Lucky will tell Tuan if she's had enough, and again Tuan will tell Lucky if he's had enough. They can go into their separate rooms if they want to. They never really share a nest. They do build their own nests every night, but occasionally they will sleep in the same room on the floor together, which is quite nice. Where is she? There is another one in there, Roro. She was just on the floor a minute ago. So Roro's quite hard to spot sometimes. She is the lowest ranker in there. Her and Lucky don't always get along very well. So Roro keeps herself out of the way of things. She will appear occasionally during feeds and things. We do aim for the hammocks, so we'll throw some on the floor and get some in the hammocks too, just for her to go and get them from up there where she hasn't got to come down where Lucky is. I can't actually see her right now. The group behind you is the nursery group. So some of them don't necessarily look like they should be in the nursery. Yeah. Let me see who's there. So the one just in front of us, looking at us, is Oisin. So Oisin is slightly different. She was born in 1992. So she is like an older orangutan, but she was kept as a pet for 13 years. So for her to behave like an orangutan is quite hard, because she was brought up to behave like a human. When she was living with her family in South Africa, she was taking over the house quite a lot. They couldn't control her very much. She was very strong. And because they couldn't control her and things, it made her get to 100 kilos, which is morbidly obese for her. She would just help herself to anything she wanted, any drink, any food, just help herself to the fridge. So she couldn't really be their pet anymore. She shouldn't have ever been a pet, but she didn't like their grandchildren either. So they had to choose between Oisin and their grandchildren, and obviously they chose their grandchildren. So that's how Oisin came about to being here. Since being here, she's done really well. She's now about 40 kilos. So she's lost that 60 kilos that she didn't need. As you can imagine, when she first got here and we fed her like tomatoes, cucumber and lettuce, she wasn't very impressed. She wanted all the food that she could have out of the fridge, and all the human food. Just looking up, oh, she's just turned around now. The lightest orange one, right in the middle, she's just got a piece of leek.
Yeah.
That is Rika. And next to her is Bulu Marta. So Bulu and Rika came to us at a similar time. Bulu will be 12 this year, and well, Rika is 11 now. So they are getting quite old for the nursery again, but they were hand reared, so everything is a bit slower for them too, and trying to bring home an orangutan is quite hard. We're fussy to where they get to go. We want them to be cared for how we look after them, and you can't keep two males together, so collection will either have to have no male or not have any orangutans yet still. So for Bulu, he was orphaned when he was small, and Rika, she was rejected by her mum. So they came to us at a similar time, and they were brought up together. They are still very close with each other. Let me see who else is out here. Can't see anyone else right now. So you also have Hujan over there and Kyan. So Hujan, when he first arrived here, he was actually in Tuan's group. And as he got a little bit bigger, he became very interested in Tuan when he was mating, which then Tuan didn't really like that. So to keep Tuan happy with his ladies and to keep Hujan happy, he moved across into the nursery, where he's got on really, really well. He's a very calm orangutan. He does like everyone. He gets on with everyone really. Obviously, as he gets a bit older, and if Bulu is still there at that point too, they will begin to fight because they are both boys. For Bulu and Rika, they are the only Sumatran orangutans we have, and the rest are Bornean, which is why they look slightly different. So obviously Bulu's got that beard, and Rika is a different colour to the others, and she is a bit smaller. And Kyan is probably inside somewhere maybe. Don't know where she is. So Kyan came to us from Twycross Zoo, and she was about 4.5, 5 when she came to us. So again, she was a bit older. It was tried to, so she was rejected by her mum, and it was tried to put her back with her family, and they didn't like her because her mum didn't like her. So to keep her safe and things, she was removed, and that's how she ended up here. She just come out. Gonna look up. Looks like Kyan's head to me. She is very playful, Kyan is. Her favourite things to do is get the hosing and weave it through the cargo nets and things. She loves to weave. They all have their different personalities and what they like and what they don't like. A bit like us, really.
Yeah.
Has anyone got any questions?
What country was that monkey living in this one's house?
O'Sheen, she was in South Africa. Yeah, so the in Tuan's group, obviously apart from Mimi, they were all rescued from Taiwan. So for Tuan, he was found walking the streets of Taiwan as a fully grown adult male. And they think that he probably got too big and strong, has been kept as a pet and broke free. Some of the others were kept in an arcade, like amusement arcade, in cages for human entertainment. Some of the others were kept as pets. Yeah, and all the ones in the nursery are rejected or orphaned. So Kiwi and Saibu were both rejected, so that's how they ended up here too.
Nice, thank you.
That's okay.
Hello.
How many orangutans are there in the world? Are they pretty endangered?
Yeah, so